Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Frillyoff and welcome to another episode of Minecraft. This episode is the start of a new series on the Just-Vanilla-Server, which is a brand new server for me. They very kindly allowed me in. It's a whitelisted server, so they've allowed me in, and we're going to start a new series on here. But before we do any of that, I thought I'd just have a quick shifty around spawn. This is spawn, that's spawn behind me, that's where we came in, and there's some pretty impressive builds on here. I mean, I'm going to have my work cut out, which is fantastic because it's obviously full of people that really know what they're doing. So if I just have a quick jump down and show you inside spawn, I mean, it's fantastic. You can build a house or a shop, one house or shop, in the public area, which is just outside spawn, which is just over there. I'm sure they'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's what I read in the rules. Or just out there. So I'll be making myself a house within the next couple of weeks or so. But I tell you what, there are some houses. My little mud hut is going to look pretty ordinary next to some of these. They've got events every week. Archery events, and I can't wait to join in. There's going to be some good fun. We'll have a bit of fun over there. So that's the events place, and there are some public shops just down here. Now it doesn't have an economy as such, so there's no money involved in this, and you can't earn money doing jobs, which is one of the lures actually for me, because it was, you know, I didn't enjoy doing it, if I'm being honest. The old the way of making money and then using chest shops or hyper economy and things like that. It was just I didn't like it. Anyway, these guys on here, you pay using diamonds, which is a much better system, and I'm looking forward to buying some of their goods on here. So they're the shops. I also want to show you the Nether hub, which was pretty impressive. I just came in here just to have a quick shufty. There are four main tunnels, obviously south, north, east and west over there, and you can sort of build onto the tunnels. You can't mess about with the tunnels that are here already, but you can build off of them and build yourself a nether portal to your own base, which you can build pretty much anywhere in the world. But check this out. I mean, I'm using Optifine. I've recently uploaded Optifine to give myself a better texture on the glass and everything else, the sea and the grass and whatever. But I tell you what, this is fantastic. I can't wait to have a really good look around this place. So at the moment I don't know where I'm going to build my base. I don't know when I'm going to build a house. At the moment I don't even have any supplies. I voted for the server on a couple of websites, and I got myself some golden carrots, I got myself some podzol, which was nice, and I got myself 8 steaks. I also got myself a piece of cake, but I've donated that to one of the shops. There was a shop to donate stuff to, so I've donated a piece of cake because I'm not a big cake fan. So I think first things first, I don't want to spend the first episode running around showing you everything. We'll do that as and when. But I'm contemplating on which way to run, because I need to get 1,000 blocks outside spawn. I believe it's at least 1,000 blocks. What does it say? No portals within 1,000 blocks. Continue this path design if you can. Over that way. Now I've not bumped into anybody yet. I don't know anybody on the server. No doubt I'll make their acquaintances as and when, which is going to be exciting, going to be good to do. What does this say? No portals, 1,000 blocks, public area. Brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'll toss a coin, a 4-sided coin obviously, and decide whether I'm going to go north, south, east or west. And then I'll start doing a bit of mining. There is actually a public mine over by the shops, which I could use to get myself some basic tools. There's also a little freebie shop over there somewhere that's got some basic tools in it and armor, which is great. But I want to be au naturel. The reason for coming to a server like this one, is because I didn't want to get something for nothing. You know, and on my last server, it was just too easy to get stuff for nothing. You know, there were spawners for everything, spawners for villagers, spawners for sheep, spawners for everything, slime, spawners for creepers. It was just silly. But I wanted to get back to the hardcore Minecrafting again, which hopefully is what I'm going to get on this server. It seems to be nighttime. It seems to have been nighttime for hours, and I'm a bit reluctant to go running out into the wilderness when it's night at the moment, because does it tell me what difficulty I'm on? Difficulty 3.5, so it is quite difficult, which is great. And there are several rules that need to be obeyed, which I'll go through with you as and when I need to go through them. But I think the biggest rule to start with is don't destroy anything, don't leave anything half built, don't leave chests and furnaces and bits and pieces around in the wilderness. Don't leave pillars that you've pillared up, don't just leave them there. Don't half cut down a tree. If you're going to cut down a tree, cut down all of the tree, which is brilliant. It's just going to make it so much better. So I'm going to run off into the wilderness and find myself a place to start doing a bit of digging. Probably punch a few trees, get a few bits and pieces, and hopefully not die. So welcome along everybody. This is Frilly Off, and I'm off Minecrafting again for the first time in a long time. Brilliant. So I'll see everybody in a little while. It'll be quite a while for me, but no doubt it'll be a few seconds for you. See you in a minute. Right, so I've gone about 4,000 blocks, I think, from spawn. It's 3,500 on the X and 4,008 on the Z. So it's quite a distance from spawn. I've gone across a few oceans. I've gone through a few different kinds of biomes, and I think I'll build my base here. It's got some woods just down there. It's got loads of llamas knocking about, although I'm not quite sure what you do with llamas. It's got sheep, it's got some pigs, it's got some cows. So I think I'll carry on digging that hole behind me and turn this into my base, and we'll take it from there. So I'll do that. I'll do a bit of digging. Right, it's been a couple of days since I last recorded, and since then, schoolboy error, I've done a lot of digging, a lot of mining, and for some reason I didn't record any of it, or I tried, but something happened. I won't bore you with it, but anyway, it didn't record. But I did find, which pleased me no end, three spawners. And I got a few books out of them. I got an Unbreaking 3 book, I've got a Fire Protection 4, I've got a Looting 1, which is brilliant. And I've also got a few bits and pieces from the server for voting. I think I got some end crystals, which was nice enough. I got a golden apple. I got some pork. They just seem to throw, you vote, they throw things at you. It's fantastic. I made myself a bed, and I've got my little camp area and a few chests. I've also, during my mining sessions where I was digging out my diamonds, I took some water down, got some obsidian, and went to the Nether. And in doing so, I found a Nether fortress, and I got myself some Nether wart, which is brilliant. Now, one good thing about this server is that they make it very clear that you shouldn't really go to a Nether fortress and just wipe it out of Nether wart, because they're right by saying you only need one bit of Nether wart to start a farm. I came back with one bit of Nether wart, now I've got this. So all the Nether wart was still there, which was brilliant. But I forgot to get myself some blaze rods, and I need blaze rods, or blaze powder specifically, to start crafting some potions, which I'm going to need, and I also need a blaze rod in order to get blaze powder to get the Eye of Ender, which I need to make an enchanting table, I believe, although I can't remember. No doubt one of you will tell me. So I'm going to head off back into the Nether. Now, I'm guessing that I really should leave most of my decent stuff here, because if you die on this server, you die. You lose everything, you drop everything. On my last server, we were pampered. You know, they didn't have lose everything set up, so you could die as many times as you wanted. It just cost you a couple of quid, which wasn't very good at all, really. So anyway, I'm going to wander off into the Nether. And just as I wander off into the Nether, the server's restarting. It restarts every 4 hours to cut down on lag, which is not a bad thing, because obviously it makes everything run so much better. So it looks like I'm going to have to log off for a second, and then log back on again, and then we'll go hunting for blaze. So yeah, back in a minute. So we're back on again, and it didn't take too long actually to restart, and I'm on my way to the Nether fortress. So last time I came down here, I got attacked by Ghast, and they were mean. I mean, they were proper mean. So it's just over here. I've not really had a proper look round it, if I'm being honest. I ran in, fortunately found myself some nether wart, ran back out again like a proper little wuss. Didn't want to spend too much time running about, because I didn't have my diamond armour at the time. I'm assuming all of those have been turned over. I'll be very, very surprised if I find anything in here that hasn't already been mined. It looks like there's some precautions been put up as well to stop the wither skeletons, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, gone. So I'll just have a quick shufty to see if I can find anything. Yeah, you see the netherwart's been replanted, which is brilliant, because there's nothing worse than finding a nether fortress only to find out that there's nothing left in it. Now, it's very, very dark on the server, and I don't know whether that's intentional or whether that's just, I don't know. I suppose it's got to be intentional, really, but it is amazingly dark. So if you can't see this, I apologise. But I can't see a great deal either. Oh, another wart. Oh, is there a blaze down there? Did I see a blaze? There's a blaze. Right, let's do a bit of eating. I've got myself a new monitor. Not a new monitor. I've got myself a new mouse. So hopefully hopefully I can get some blaze rods to start with. What's the likelihood of that? Rushing in like a common commando, doing the blaze and dying and getting nothing. Right, here's something interesting. It is it's a blaze fall, I guess. Very interesting. Now, somebody's done a lot of work here, obviously. Don't know who it is, but well done, whoever you are. But it's not going to help me if there were no blaze spawning. There's one. Right, are you likely to make your way out and shoot me? Because there is a way for you to get out. Oh, I ain't going to stay around here. Call me a wuss, but I am not staying around there. That's a blaze farm. It's, I think it might be unfinished. Okay. Yeah, definitely unfinished. Mind you, I've not bumped into any wither skeletons while I've been down here, so interesting. So maybe might not be too easy to find things. I'll have a shufty round and yeah, you see they're out. What's the point of having that all glassed off for them to just come out and shoot you? Yeah, I'll have a wander around with my new mouse and see if I can fire this. Do I not have? Oh, I've got a bow. I don't have any arrows. Oh man, I'm well prepared, aren't I? This is where they shoot a pig man, and I'll get the wrath of a pig man. Is it worth just running down there and doing them? I don't know how hard these guys are. Let's just run down there and do them. Right, so I've run down and done them and didn't die. So that can only be a positive, and I can't believe that. Really? Oh, there it is. Thank God for that. Right, 2 of them. That's all I need to get me going, isn't it? So until I've got myself some proper armour, I think I'll call it a day for running around down here. So yeah, I'll meet you guys back at the base. I was on my way back to the base, and look what I've come across. Hello, mate. Yeah, I didn't think I'd get anything off of you, if I'm being honest. Oh, got nothing off you either. Man, it's dark in here. See, these junctions as well, these crossroads, are where nether skeletons spawn. I'm sure you know, I'm sure I've told you this before, and I'm sure you know it anyway. So maybe, and I'll have a word with the guys on the server just to make sure it's okay, but maybe I'll build us a little wither skeleton farm here later on. That'll be good fun. See if we can do that. Anyway, back to the base. See you in a second. Right, we're back at the campsite, which is I don't know, level 20 or something, with my blaze rod or my blaze powder. Now, also, one of the first things I did when I got here, or just after I got here, was round up a few cows. Got myself a few seeds. Made a little farm. It is only a little farm. In order to get some wheat going, which is here. I've not harvested it yet. It seems to be taking forever to grow. And I've also gathered myself up a few cows. Oh, and a sheep. Cool. And I've also got myself some sugar cane, which hopefully very soon I'm going to be able to turn into paper. And get myself some books, because that's the next. I think that's the next thing I need to do is get myself some books, so I can make myself some bookcases and start doing a bit of enchanting. I've got myself 34 levels, which was basically from mining coal really, and then doing a bit of nether wart mining, some nether quartz mining in the nether. So that's the plan. I've got, as I say, I've got plenty of wood knocking about. I've got, well, everything I need really. There's an ocean just over there, which we'll have a look at. I came across it. I came past 2 or 3 ocean monuments, which was great, but they'd been claimed, and well, they'd got signs on them. I don't know when the signs were there. I don't know who did it. Don't know whether they're active on the server anymore. Whether for all I know, the signs could have been put up there like 5 years ago. But I've got to respect the fact that there's a sign on them. So we'll have to go hunting different guardian temples as and when. But that's a job for later on. That's certainly not a job that's going to be coming up soon. So the plan for today, I think, is hopefully get myself some wheat. Oh, also with farms on the server, you can only have, I think it's 25 animals. Maybe 30, I think it might be 30. I think I read 30 somewhere, but 25 or 30 animals. So you can't have massive farms on the server, which again makes sense, because if you've got all these entities in one place, it's going to cause lag. And nobody likes lag. I'm not a big lag fan. So I think what we'll do is we'll have this as the entrance, and then I'll start digging out here. I don't want to go too far down like I did on my last Let's Play world, where the base was like at Y9, and it's far too. It's just miles down. It took me like 20 minutes to get down there. I'm not going to do that again. So I think we'll start it about this level, just underneath the ground. Can have a couple of entrances then, can't we? What's over there? I've got a saddle as well. The server gave me a saddle for voting, which was very nice of it. So maybe over here. Oh, look at that! We've got horses as well, which is fantastic. Hello, Mr. Horse. Do you like me? You don't like me. I don't care. And some pigs and lots of wood. And the sun's going down, and it's going to get dark, and it's going to scare me. So I'm going to go back. I need an Enderman, but I obviously can't get to the end at the moment, and I've not seen one knocking about. There's going to be one somewhere, I guess. Just have to be lucky as I'm running around in the caves downstairs. So anyway, I'm going to carry on doing a bit of waiting. So that's what you do, when you set up your world for the first time. You tend to do a lot of sitting around waiting for things to happen, and there's nothing worse on a video than somebody running backwards and forwards, telling you how long they've been waiting, and that's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go away and come back when I've got something to tell you. One thing I'm going to do while now I can, and I'll use this word a lot, but it's going to be temporary. Not going to be permanent. I'm going to make myself a brewing station with at least one of these things. So there you go. Then I need to go and get myself some water. I think I could probably muster some water. I need some sand though, don't I? I need to make myself some glass. Oh, very good. Very good. Oh, we're only in the market for doing some brewing. Need to get myself a chest up there, don't I? I don't know, why did I put it up there? Why didn't I put it down here with the rest of the stuff? Ass. Oh, It'll stay. It's not going to go amiss, is it? Right, I need some sand. I think I've got some sand among all the other crap I've got in here. Oh, maybe I haven't got any sand. Yeah, I have. Get myself some sand cooking. Get myself some glass bottles. Right, I need a bucket. So I don't know what the plan is for the server, if I'm being honest. Whether I probably will start. Oh, water! Fantastic. I'll probably get to know some of the guys on here, find out what's going off, what sort of thing they're into, and probably interact with those guys. And do sort of communal builds with them or whatever. Because if I was just going to do this on my own, I'd have probably been better off doing it on my own on my own server. But didn't seem a lot of point doing that. So I'll make myself some bottles and get some potions going. Although I need some carrots. I need to stop being a wuss. I need to get myself outside and get myself fighting some zombies. So I can get myself a couple of carrots and some potatoes, some tatties. Get myself a proper farm going. So shall I do that instead of just talking about it? Is it dark outside? See, this is why I didn't want my base to be that far underground. It's just a ball lake. I'm going to walk all the way out. So hence the reason it's not going to be that far down. Come on then, fella. Let's have you dropping some fruit and veg. You look like a fruit and veg salesman. None of you. None of you. Is there another way of getting potatoes and or carrots without killing zombies? I guess if I'd have thought about it, there's a couple of free shops at spawn. I could have picked myself up a couple of carrots and a couple of potatoes, couldn't I, to start with? Right, well, I've made it back to the Nether hub, and I can't get over how good that is. I know I've shown you that before, but I love it. So I'm down the south tunnel. I'm going to head off to the overworld and see if I can find some vegetables. I don't have any money. Do I have any diamonds on me? I've come out without any diamonds. It's me all over, that is. Are there any public farms where I can just get myself one? All I need is one carrot. I'm not greedy. Public farm and public mine. Mind your head. Public tunnels. Public farms. Oh, public farms. And I'm assuming public means... Please leave one carrot. Oh, excellent. Brilliant. That is fantastic. I'm going to borrow... I'm going to borrow some carrots, and I'm obviously going to replant them. I'm going to borrow some tatties. I'm going to replant them. So now I've got carrots and tatties. Fantastic! Well, thank you, whoever planted this. What a fantastic idea it is. Don't need that. Don't need cocoa beans yet. Melons and pumpkins I could do without. Beautiful. Right, back to the Nether hub. Right, time to do some gardening. Hi ho. Oh, and it's dark again. Can't beat it being dark. Have I mentioned this walk is just too long? Can't wait to sort this out. Anybody out? Anybody out doing any midnight stuff? Do I have any here? Of course I don't have any. Of course I don't have anything to put down. I even got myself a shovel. Can you see him over there, over to the left? Can you see him? Can you see him? Looking all nonchalant. Trying to make out that he's not seen me. Alright, let's get some tatties planted. Midnight planting. Can't beat it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that will do for the first episode. I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and it's a start of a wonderful relationship. But we'll call it a day for here. Sorry, we'll call it a day for now. Got myself a few bits and pieces. Hopefully the second episode is going to be a bit more intense. We'll have a lot more to be done. But as I say, for the first couple of episodes, unfortunately, it's going to be me running around collecting stuff. But I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frilly off, and I'm out of here.